What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up, what up, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Understand this. I got a remote control in my hand. Let me stop. The views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. As here, the crew's here. So we're going to have a good time, okay? Man, it's a new week. And we thank the Lord for giving it to us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to say something, man. Look, you know what? There's a lot of people out there that are doing a lot of great things. Man, don't you guys stop. Don't stop living your dreams, man. Somebody asked me today. They didn't ask me, but they asked me today. They said, Greg, how do you keep going? You know, I know that you've done things and you failed and you've done things and you succeed. How do you keep going throughout the failures? I don't look at them as failures, guys. I look at them as building blocks, because I'm continuously doing something, okay? You too can live dope. Let's make it happen, all right? Let's start it off, okay? Got to bring my sister on. What up, baby?
What's happening? I'm not muted.
I'm chilling. Jeff over there grinning. Jeff, he just
Hey.
grinning. What's going on? Everything good?
Everything good.
Everything's great, okay? What up, life coach? What you grinning for?
He crying.
Getting emotional over here, man.
He
I'm starting to be like my damn cousin. Y'all out here
Wait. Mo over there grinning too, man. What's going on?
What's
Hey,
up, Mo? I got somebody with me. What up, Mo?
I don't know, man. I got something in my eye, bro. I got something in my eye.
Something in my eye too, dog.
Dang.
Man, what's going on, Zell?
Flying around. I don't know, man.
Everybody, what's happening?
What's
Zell.
up, Zell?
Zell, what's wrong with him? Zell?
Marcelo over there dancing and stuff.
Hold on.
You got something there.
You got something?
My eyes sweating. My eyes are sweating.
Okay.
My eyes are sweating. Bless God. God is good and all the time.
All the time.
Yes, all the time.
Amen. Bless you, Lord Jesus. God is good.
Y'all funny. Right.
We're real.
I gotta get my stuff together.
Hey, how's everyone doing today?
Good.
Awesome.
Everybody's good.
Good. Yeah.
Amen.
Everything is good. Everything is good. Look, today on the show.
Hold on.
Hey, shout out to Vita Coco.
Who was that?
Vita Coco too. All right, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to them people. Coconut water. I got the pineapple, man. It was pretty good. All right, Vita Coco.
Delish.
Y'all need to come through. Y'all come through.
Delish.
Let's go. Anyway, today, man, you guys, everybody pays utility bills, I guess. And they bills are going out. They just skyrocketing. Bills, period. Everything's skyrocketing. Okay.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to talk with a guy. He was on here when we had another guest on there, and he was so interesting and just so vibrant. We said, come on to the show, man. Hang out with us. All right. His name is Faith Ogburu, and he's a social energy specialist.
Okay.
And he's here to talk to us about saving money on our utilities while saving the environment.
Okay.
Nice.
Interesting.
We need to do
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Just don't know. I paid a $600 electric bill last month.
We're not even going to discuss electric bills right now.
Oh,
I'm
God.
so
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, we need to talk to. Hurry up, bring this man on so we can get some knowledge.
Right.
My wallet was like Roger. Make me wanna scream.
I wanted to go live with the Amish.
Look, I'm hooked up to the neighbors right now. They don't know
No.
Hey, but anyway, we're gonna bring this down. He's gonna tell us, educate us, inspire us. You know what I'm saying? And what he gonna do? He gonna entertain us too. What's up, Faith?
Let's go.
Man, I'm over here cracking up, man.
Hey, Faith.
Hey,
What's going on, Faith?
How are you?
Man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm glad to be here. How's everyone doing?
Oh, awesome.
I'm awesome.
All right, we
Awesome.
good, brother.
Awesome day.
I'm pitching quarters. They doing like this.
Byron said we all must be high.
We are.
Well,
We are all high on life.
High on life, right?
Faith, puff past that information, bro. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm here to share, man. I'm here to share.
Okay, man. First of all, man, thank you for coming to the show, giving us some time. All right.
Thank you for having me.
Letting us know your journey, bro, because it's important that everybody knows everybody's journey so that we can learn from a little bit from everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, bro, I'm going to ask you right off the bat. I'm going to start it off, okay? Who are you and what do you do?
Man, who am I, G? I'm Faith. I'm Faith. I like to embody my name. I'm coming from Nigeria. What do I do? I help people. That's like one of the main. That's my goal. I might sell solar. I might sell other things, but overall, the main.
What is that thing, man? We need to talk. We got to go into business. No.
Hey, if it helps you, I got it. You know.
All right.
Neighborhood hope dealer, you might say. But
That's
yeah,
it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, from Nigeria, came over here when I was 16, and it was like basically starting my whole life again. I had to learn a whole lot of things, and I'm here now. I'm 31 years old, so I've been in America for 15 years now. So,
yeah, man.
That's still a relatively short time, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's still,
because of the transition that you made, okay? But it's still a relatively short time. What's different from being in Nigeria and here?
Man, everything.
Wow.
I mean, the fact that we're talking and this is live right now and nobody's lights is off or nobody's scared that it's just going to go off at any time.
Wow.
The fact that there's no generator sound just going off out of electricity. It's there. The fact that we have internet, right? We have unlimited internet. That's like unheard of over there. Like the rich people, they pay just too much. Everything is different, even the people are different, culture, and but people's wants and needs remains the same everywhere you go. Everyone wants to feel secure, everyone wants to feel fed, wants to feel happy, wants their family. So in a lot of ways we might be different, but we're all humans and we're all the same.
Yeah.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Definitely, man. It's just amazing. When we have guests to come on, man. Everybody's basically from here. When we get an opportunity to speak to someone, we had somebody that was from England one time came on, and was it's not a culture shock per se, man, but it's just kind of different to hear how other people live, how other people, because we've been in America and we America full of shit, but we. And when you guys come over and say, "Man, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread," okay, I'm like, well,
you don't get out much now.
I wouldn't say the greatest. I wouldn't say it's the greatest. Like a lot of Africans come here and they feel that way. I mean, for the first 2 years, I'll say maybe 3 years, and then they start being assimilated over here because you're still black. A lot of Africans, they like to think that, okay, I'm not really black, I'm African, so some things might not, appeal to me, but come on now. you're still black. They don't care about your accent or lack of. So, so it might be, you know, the first 1 or 2 years, the first few years, it might, you know, like, oh my God, I have electricity, I have a house, I have a job, you know, dollar to naira exchange rate, and all of those things. But, you know, as you get assimilated in America, you start, you know, feeling those issues here too, and it hits you differently because you don't expect it. It's not like something you get prepared for, right? You just start like, man, why am I being treated like this? Or why am I? Well, it's like, hey. So then you start educating yourself about the African American history and why that's going on. And you know, hey, it's all the same. Then you realize a lot of people, you know, they decide, man, I'm gonna go back home. You know, I know a lot of people, a lot of Africans that have decided to get their money here and go home. It's now that remote jobs and everything, you can make money online and everything. The people that send themselves up like that way, you know. So,
Wow.
So how did you get into you know, what you're doing now? What is it? Solar?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah. How do you get to that?
yeah, so I help homeowners right now switch the way they use electricity to solar. I mean, electricity here is that one bill where you pay from the day you were born to the day you die. Either you're paying it or your parents is paying it, somebody's paying it, right? You know, I like I'm saying, like in Nigeria, we might not have electricity and stuff, but you know, here you got to pay for it. If you don't pay for it, you won't have it. So it's still, you know, but with the power of the sun and you know the way how you know the government has like the incentives that they're giving back and everything, there is a way where you can own your power and your you know your solar bill. You know, if you can buy your power, put some glass solar panels on your roof, and you know pay it off in 20 years, you have a 30-year warranty. They last like 40-45 years anyway.
Transferable?
Yeah, definitely transferable. It you know adds equity when you sell your home, because imagine you're buying a house and they say, hey, not only are you buying this house, but with this house you don't have any electricity bill. You know, what's that value going to do to your home? You know, so it's all about, you know, there's a way for it, and you know, it's basically a bill swap. It's basically, you know, give me that comment bill that you're paying, or you know, I don't know where you guys, what state you're from, but give me that bill, and here's a lower bill, and here's just other things that you can benefit from.
Okay,
And,
Jeff had a question, Faye.
Yeah, man, I want to know, you know, with solar power and solar energy, you know, that's something that's still kind of, I would like to think is something still relatively new in the States in terms of being used. You know what I mean? So how do you make that transition? I know you can tell somebody they're not going to have a bill.
Right.
You know what I mean? But how was that transition from talking to somebody who got a NIPSCO or a ComEd bill? You know what I mean? And then you trying to get them to go over to solar. Is it an easy transition, or is it something you really got to try to break down for people?
I mean, it's all about educating people, right? The transition is easy.
Okay.
Like it's just, I just come, put a glass in your roof, tell ComEd, hey, switch me, you know, get permits and everything. That part is easy. It's just the education of it, all right? So, I mean, a lot of the way we've used energy is just the way they've always told us. You buy a new house, they tell you call ComEd and just tell them to turn your electricity on. But if you know, I mean, if you know, you can just put glass in your roof. The sun powers it, right? And once it powers it, the power from so this is how it works, right? The solar panels convert the energy from the sun from direct current to, it takes the direct current and it passes it through the inverter, which changes it to alternating current, and then you know follows the panels, the electric panels in your homes and everything, just the same way. In America, it's grid tied, so in the daytime you're using just pure sun power, right?
Okay.
And whatever energy your home don't use, it sends to the grid, so it sends to ComEd. At nighttime, where there's no sun outside, you start using power from the grid. So that power that you put in the grid, you just using it. So you basically using the grid as a storage system, right? And it so happens that over the course of a year, you end up sending more power to the grid than you actually using in your own home.
So
That
that's how
way,
you end up with no bill.
that's how you end up with no bill, and
Okay.
the power company owes you money. A lot of customers, their bills are like negative $100, negative something. They get a check back and stuff like that.
I want to check.
He wants a check.
That's but the check is the least. The check that the negative on your bill is the least, incentives part of it.
Okay.
So there are three big incentives. There's a 30% tax incentive from the federal tax incentive. Federal tax credit is what it's called. So what does that mean? That means if your solar, system costs $50,000, for example, you have 30% of that, which is $15,000, that you can use as a tax credit. So we all work, right? We all pay taxes. In America, it's like one of the things that you can't, get out of. So you have $15,000 tax credit for putting solar in your home. Now at the end of the year, you make $100,000. You owe maybe $15,000 or $20,000 in taxes that you've paid over the course of the year. You can now apply that $15,000 credit on those taxes and get money back that you paid.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and you can roll it over 2 years. So say you only owed $8,000 this year, you can just use your $8,000. The next year, you use the $7,000 for the rest of it.
That's what's up.
That's money. Mo, you had a question.
That's one. Then there's the state renewable energy credit, right? So in Illinois, what they do is they look at, okay, over the 15 years, how much energy is your solar system gonna produce? So they estimate that production, and they give it like 12 to 14 months to make sure their projections are correct. Once those pass, everything is good. They send you a check for the 15-year production. So they'll send you an upfront check for the whole 15-year projection. Those checks are about like 20-25% of the system. So that's about another like 10 to 12 grand on that $50,000 system that you get 14 months after you install your system. And then, the power that your home don't use, that you send back to the grid, and those credits and everything, you get that too. So those are like the three main ways where you benefit from solar system. And I mean, after a while, once your solar payments are done, or if you pay it in cash, you don't have any other. That's it.
Mo, go ahead.
So you actually brought up another question that I had. So once more people get on the grid, does that graduate? Does it decrease on the payouts? As far as okay, so that stays in. And the other one is, do you have a choice of batteries? In other words, can I use a Tesla battery versus a battery that you would supply on the solar side?
You have a choice of whatever battery. If you want a battery, you don't need a battery. Like I said, traditionally, the grid is your battery. But say you have a farm out somewhere, a lot of blackouts. You want to be independent. You want to be an independent, and you want to independently power your home. Then you can get a battery. Then we design like, okay, how much power storage do you want? How many days you want to run? You want to run 5, 7, 14 days on your battery. Then we design your battery and the size of that, and then add that in there. But for a normal home on the street and stuff like that, like in a regular town where there's not a lot of blackouts and stuff, it's like you just use the grid as a storage system.
Right now, Tennessee is very hot on solar, and those tax credits is basically what made it really hot.
Yes,
and the reason, and like my house is sitting like at 95% as far as sun is concerned. So I'm sitting at a perfect east and west.
Marcelo, you have a question.
We can't hear you, girl. You going in hard and we can't hear you.
Your microphone.
Sorry about that. Okay, so okay, you talk about your power, extra energy going to the grid of the electric company. What if they decide do they have to allow you to do this solar energy
Yes, they do.
setup, or can
That's
they?
it's a federal mandate. They have no choice. They actually want you to do it because it makes them. You understand, like, so you know, understand the renewables and everything. Where if a company goes green, they get federal credits and all those stuff.
Okay.
Like that's what it is. So there's a federal mandate for the whole country to run on renewable energy. I think Illinois has put a mandate by 2050 they want to be 100% renewable. So a lot of people, not everybody can go solar. First of all, if you have trees around your roofs and everything, shade, if you're like mostly your roof is mostly facing north, um, maybe your roof size is not big enough, you don't have a good roof. Not everybody can go solar, right? But to reach that 100% capacity, if enough people can go solar where the energy in the grid is actually solar. So like you go solar and then you put in energy in the grid. That's part of that renewable initiative for the energy company. So the energy company can go to the government and say, look, we're actually helping you guys achieve this, mandate for renewables. So they can't say no. They don't have this beneficial for them.
Okay, Gina, you got a question?
You on solar now? Cause it's kind of dark up in there.
No, my light is a little dark.
I'm just kidding, Faith. No. So what happens to the utility companies over time? Won't they be put out of business?
Well,
We own them anyway.
Hey, it's the way of is the way. I mean, they could be. Like I said, not everyone's gonna go solar. It is gonna be a while. We're still using their grid, right? So there's gonna be like more contracts to update the grid because our grid hasn't been up. I say our like I'm not American, but the grid hasn't been updated for about like 50 to 100 years. So soon the capacity is gonna start like dwindling. So I mean, there's gonna be there are ways to make money a million ways. But it used to be, the utility company versus solar and everything. But now, I mean, Comet right now is offering solar on their website. If you go on there, they're offering their current Comet clients to go solar with them, with solar companies that they partner with. But
we want to get rid of them anyway, because they're a mess anyway. Zell,
They're a monopoly, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, Faith, I got a question for you, sir.
Yes, sir.
One of them, I'm going back to old school, so I'm gonna let you know how I get down. So I dated a young lady that was from Nigeria, and her family tribe was Yoruba. So I want to know what tribe is your family from? And then the second question is, how difficult is it to get villages, towns, or your community to give you, the municipality to give you permission in order to get the approval for solar panels?
Okay. Your first question, I'm Igbo.
Igbo.
I might look Yoruba. Yeah. I might look Yoruba. A lot of people think I am, but I'm Igbo. I'm an Igbo boy.
Okay.
The permitting from the municipality is it depends on the village, right? Every village is different. But it depends on how backed up they are. It depends on how the relationship that the solar company that you're using, how much of a relationship they've built with that municipality. That would determine like how fast your project will go. So it depends on the design. If you have your design right the first time, it'll go quicker. But if you have a design and you turn it in and they tell you, you got to redo it or something like that, then it takes longer. But normally, the approval process from the village or the city takes about 4 to 6 weeks max. 6 is like too long, but we tried it 4 weeks, sometimes 2 weeks, depending. Yeah. But once that design is approved, installation is the next week. Takes like 8 hours a day to install, and then you wait for permission to turn on the PTO from the utility company. That comes in like a few days.
You can
So
put a
the
hole.
longest part is just that permitting process.
You can put a hole in my roof and make that happen.
Right. Thank
You
you.
gonna put a hole. You gonna put a whole hole in my roof and make that happen, right?
Now, well, if we do it, we warranty it. There's a 30-year warranty on it, on the panels and the roof. Whatever anything that's touched.
30 years.
Yeah, 30-year warranty.
I'd be dead by the time the warranty up. Coach Chuck, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I would like to think, because the grid is so dominated by, like, just electricity itself. You know what I mean? So to convert it over to solar, I don't think it would be that bad for, like, with having your major companies like NIPSCO, ComEd, and Suncoast, whatever energy company is out there, to kind of convert over to solar. Wouldn't it be? Because if it's easier, wouldn't it just? I'm not saying it's as simple as just slapping up some panels.
No.
Okay.
They are. So
okay.
There are things called, so there's residential solar where you can put it in your roof, but there are also things called solar farms. I don't know if you've driven by the highways.
Yes.
Those
windmills.
empty fields. It's gonna keep happening. Like, it's like people. All right, we're all black here, so the white people.
Marcella,
I'm black. Hush. Hush.
What this, the big money boys, they're not focusing on the residential solar anymore.
Okay.
They're just building solar farms and calling it community solar.
Yep.
So what they're doing, they'll get like 20 acres, 30 acres, 100 acres, and they fill it with panels, right? Grab the electricity and throw it on the grid, right? And that's it. Now, they're putting energy in the grid. Exactly. Now they get like, normal home owners and say, hey, sign up for community solar. It's free, right? You don't have to put solar panels on your roof and everything. Just sign up here and say you're using this energy from the solar farms in your community. And then by them doing that, they get the tax credit. The government already pays them 70% of that whole project just because of that.
Wow.
Oh, wow. 70%?
That's where they get their money from. They don't even care.
Oh, and that's what I was going to ask about, because it's a money game.
My question too.
Energy is a money game.
It's a money. It's all about the Benjamins.
Turn it into commodity.
Because I used to work for NIPSCO, so I learned a lot there when I was. I used to monitor like stuff out the smokestack for NIPSCO.
Oh, okay.
But pretty much, I learned a lot about the energy, how it goes to the grid, all that stuff. It's about that money, man.
It's all that, like, even how they dispose of their waste and everything. Like, you don't want to know how they dispose of the energy, like they dump it in the ocean and the river. It's dirty. So that's why this solar is, as much as it's a money play, because everything's about, if it doesn't make money, it wouldn't make sense and nobody would do it.
Exactly.
Right? But it's actually a health hazard for the environment. Like, at the rate we're going, and this is like a huge study that has been done on this, at the rate we're going right now, we're actually borrowing from our future right now. We're robbing future generation of their resources and time, because we've used up ours. We've used up our ozone layer. We've used up our all the things that, like, our waste and everything. We overused it. Right now, we're just on borrowed time from the future. If we don't find a way to put that back little by little, a little bit, like, the end is gonna be like exponential. How rapid it's gonna deteriorate, right? So that's why solar is really important. That's the main reason it's important. But you tell people that I don't know who my great grandkids are. I don't know those people. Like, okay,
That's rough.
Exactly. Those people coming later in life.
You might say I'm
They better fend for themselves.
You don't know who, I don't care what you're telling me.
Boy.
Right. So that's why there's all these federal incentives and government money and all this stuff in it, just so it can make money, so it can make sense. But really, our water resources are in jeopardy. I mean,
everything. ozone, everything.
Yeah.
That is crazy, bro. Marcelo, you got a question?
I have a couple of them. The first one, I can only do one right now. Okay. Okay. You talked about the grid. I was going to bring it up before you made a comment about how antiquated our grid is. So we're putting all this is already antiquated and seemed like overworked, and we're putting all of this energy back into the grid. So what would happen if the grid crashes? Because they don't have. Pardon me?
They won't let it. They won't let it.
Okay, but they're saying that they're the parts and everything to actually upgrade the grid. That's they don't have that, and they're not really rebuilding it, right?
I believe they will rebuild it. I don't think it's because that's something that affects everybody. I mean,
right.
grid crashing is apocalyptic event. Kind of.
That's true.
So it's not, it might be deteriorating. It might be not being looked at right as it should, but we're talking about it. There are people, looking into it. They're not just gonna it's not like it's just gonna fall or anything. It's not. I don't think it's gonna happen like that, because that's like we would have way more issues to worry about, because everybody the grid.
Yes.
Hey, real quick, guys, before we get too much into this, I want to take time out and say shout out to everybody who's watching. Number one, it's a new week. We had a week, y'all. Last week we had a week, but we had a week anyway. Jamie McGraw is having a party. He's having a party.
Really?
In his studio, okay? And you can be part of that party, all right? This is that's why I'm here, okay? Y'all check this out.
He's creating a platform for everyone to come and tell their story of how they turned tragedy into triumph. And everyone has a story to tell. Get ready to be motivated and inspired on That's Why I'm Here. So get ready, get ready, get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, your talk show host, Jamie McGraw.
Hi, I'm Jamie McGraw from That's Why I'm Here.
Yeah, we got to get us some applause and some canned laughter and all of that.
Right.
That's real. That's real.
There you go. There you go. Faith brought it. Bring it, Faith.
We are talking with Faith Ogburu. He's a solar. What do you call yourself again?
I'm an independent solar consultant.
Independent solar consultant, which means
on the number 1 solar platform in the world. Look it up, Power. We were number 43 on the Inc. 5000 fastest growing company in the world. Number 43 on that list. I think last year we were 64 or something. And so we're steady climbing.
Okay.
Independent. All right.
Right.
Which means he making his money. He ain't making it for himself. Independent. All right. Who was that? Marcy, you had your second question?
I did. So when you switch over to solar, so do you, as far as the thermostat and things like that to control the temps in your home, is that the same way that you would do it? All of that would be the same?
Yes. So this is when you say, yes, I want to switch to solar. The first thing we do is, if you look at your electric bill, there's that graph that shows you like all 12 months of your usage. So we take that snapshot and we use that to design your system capability, your system size. So we calculate, okay, we see you using 8 kilowatts every year. Okay. Miss Marcella, do you plan on, buying a pool next year? Do you plan on doing, other things that will increase your electricity? Do you plan on getting an electric vehicle? Because a lot of people, they get an electric vehicle, they don't think that they got to charge it at home. And the electric bill goes high. They're like, oh my God, what's going on? So we ask questions like that. And so
charge man at Target.
Okay, so you said, okay, 8 kilowatts will just pull. You're gonna get an EV. We like to add like 2 kilowatts extra on there just for the energy that it's gonna use. So we design the system for a 10 kilowatt system. So we try and offset whatever you might be, using, you might need in the future, because whatever extra you put on there anyway is going in the grid, and you get the money and everything. But when we design it, we want to make sure that it's not something where you have 8 kilowatts and then we put an 8 kilowatt system, but then next year you have 2 kids come live with you, and now your electricity is going up and stuff like that. Now you never used to have a comment bill and a utility bill. Now you're getting a utility bill and you're not happy about it. So we like to foresee and ask those questions and then offset your usage size. We like to do like extra 10%, 20%, just so you're good.
So what if you live in a place like Alaska where you got a whole bunch of time?
6 months.
You got 6 months of no light.
No light?
Low light, very low.
They teach about that over there in Jamaica.
Hey, no like sunlight at all?
Nigeria, my bad.
You like where Jamaica come from?
Like what? I didn't even catch that.
Oh, we all caught it.
Oh man.
Yeah, they have 6 months of darkness.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You have to have wind, right?
They're just gonna have to use the 6 months that they got.
Store it up.
Just get you for 6 months.
Yeah, it's their environment. Like I said, not everybody can go solar.
Right.
If you have a lot of trees around your home,
that's
over
me.
your room, a lot of shade, you can't go solar. And we don't like cutting trees, because it's other consultant might just, cut the tree so I can get the sale and everything. I don't like doing that because now you're defeating a little bit of the purpose as far as the environment.
Natural. Yeah.
Those trees does things for the home. They warm the home and everything, and it costs extra money to start cutting trees and everything. So that's, for me, is just a disqualification. So just not everybody could go solar. So it's like, but the people who can should.
Okay, that'll work, Gina.
I noticed that California is number 1 in solar panels. So I'm wondering how prosperous is it in this area? Like, you're in the Midwest, how prosperous it? I would think you would be out somewhere like California, where
Arizona,
you got all that energy, all that sun, and here in the Midwest, you don't have that. And I don't see I don't see a whole lot of houses with solar panels out here.
You don't, because it's the education, right? The education the flow of education hasn't reached yet. California has been running solar since, they've been having energy crisis since they started using solar to solve their energy crisis for like maybe 10, 15 years now. And they have all the sun and everything. So they started it. They got the proof of concept that it works. So it's shifting. It's over here. The Midwest is actually picking up on solar. See, the reason why a lot of people in the Midwest or Illinois, when you talk about solar, they're like, well, what if the snow comes and my system's not producing everything. Whereas like, even if there's snow, the sun is still out. Like, it's the sun. The sun rises and sets in the morning every day. It might, even if it's a cloudy day, the sun still comes out. So the production might not be high, right? But you still getting some production. But then, so how we talked about what you don't use goes back in the grid. So in the wintertime, right, your system might produce maybe half, right? And halfway, and you might have a electric bill for the other half for like 3-4 months. But in the summertime, your system is producing 150%, 170%, because it's sunny all year. So all those months they offset. So when we do our design, we calculate for those down months. We say, okay, there's down months. This is what the system could be producing based on the sun chats, and they've done all this. They have all this like metrics that they use online. So based on this is what you're going to be producing in the wintertime, and this is what you're going to produce in the summertime. When we add this all up, you're still 110%, 120%. So your system is good.
And you said everything is guaranteed, because so if I go to my utility company and give them the finger, right, and tell them I'm not doing it no more, and I get
we do solar parties, we do all of those. Like, yeah, we don't want
solar parties.
Oh yeah, we do install parties. During the installation, and all
burning Nipco bills like people used to burn bras.
And I hang out with you for a minute, man, and I get the solar panels and everything, and then all of a sudden it's 40 days of snow and rain and nothing happens, and I'm freezing my ass off. And I go back to them and
they're gonna be like,
it's not gonna be like
they're
that.
gonna be like,
It's not gonna be like you're not gonna freeze your ass off. You know, you're still gonna get power in there, and you know you might at those months, say you used to pay $0 electric bill. Those months you might pay $40-50. You might hate that, right? But when the summer comes, you be negative. Actually, a lot of times when those summer months, you end those summer months like -$400-500.
Okay.
So by the time you get in the winter months, you just using those credits that you've used. So you end up not even paying anything for the rest of the year. So your bill might be $60, $70, but then the total will be, we'll just take that off this negative, and you know.
Boy, you taking us back to the 80s, boy. Woo.
Hey, Jimmy Carter,
right?
cut it down to 70, 69, 68, and get the covers. No, I don't think so. My mama turned that bad boy up on hell, and we burnt up.
Oh, you had a question?
Yeah, I had a question. So have you augmented the solar with like a gas generator, like a Generac or something like that, for a whole house system for wintertime purposes?
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely have a gas generator.
Okay.
A lot of people
Natural gas.
The ones
they have them out here, like they
Yeah.
augment their panels with a Generac whole house
Right.
system.
So if they don't want to put because the batteries could be expensive.
Exactly.
The batteries are like really expensive.
Still start dying. Yeah.
They just, if there's a place that they usually get blackouts, you can't trust, their blackouts, and they need a battery, but they don't want to pay a lot for the solar batteries. They just keep the Generac generators for times like that.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, Marcy, go ahead and get us into the 1 minute thoughts.
Okay. At this point, we're going to redirect, regroup, refocus with our life coach, Jeff Relaford. Let's go.
What it do? I like that
do.
little opening. It did what it was supposed to do. We had to revamp and did a little something what it was supposed to do. Anyway, for the 1 minute thoughts, y'all, I just want to reiterate. I know I've said this a couple times, but I really want to say this because I believe we tend to forget this. Wisdom is the principal thing, but above all, gain understanding. I want to just focus on that for a brief second, because a lot of times, yes, you can have wisdom in anything that you do. A lot of times we can think that we've arrived at a certain place, correct? We can think that we have the most knowledge in the room, but without your wisdom, if you can't back that with some type of understanding, it means nothing. Now, it might not mean anything to the next person. It might not mean anything to you, but what you have to understand is, you have to couple them together in order to encompass your whole thought and everything that you are trying to embody. So once again, wisdom is the principal thing, but above all, gain understanding.
That's the life coach,
Jeff.
Hey.
Jay Real.
Yes.
Yeah, commercial. I like the music.
That's nice.
Try to do a little something out here for the people.
You got a quick question.
I did, but I think it may have already been answered. Faith has been doing such a good job. I think you already answered my question in what Mo asked. So I think we're all good.
So Faith, who else had one real quick? Life coach.
Okay, so just so I'm clear of the understanding of how, and everybody else is on the other end watching too, to make sure that they end up with an energy bill because it's less power that they're receiving, right? Or are they overusing the power? Like, for instance, I'll throw out the example. You said when it snows outside, you might get half of that energy, right?
Right.
So then if you start, let's say you start using more than what you have, is that how your energy bill will go up higher?
So if you start, it's got to be like a dramatic, like an unusual usage, right? So it's like you put like a pool in or something, like
and
it's not
charging
like
up that
maybe
electric car you talked
more
about,
lights or stuff like that, because you don't use, because I mean in the daytime there's only so much you use. Even at nighttime there's only so much energy you use, and most times like your system generates more than your home is using at that time, because in the daytime your system is using directly what the sun is producing. It's not using anything from the grid. It's just taking energy directly from your solar panels. So it's not going to use all of that energy on that.
So if you have to tap into anything off the grid, that's when you owe the money.
Right. So if you use at the end of the year, right? If you end up, it's not like it doesn't calculate every month. So it's just after like a 12-year period, it feels like, okay, man, my panels produce, it's a 10 kilowatt panel and it produced, 10 and a half or 11 kilowatts. But this year, over the course of a year, I used 13 or 14, something like that, which is like, way more than, you normally use. That's when you might see an energy bill, right? It's not that if you use more this month, you're going to see more this month, or if you use less that month. It's more of over a 12-month period of time. Because what you don't use at a certain point in time goes to it basically gives you a credit. So your credits are always there that then you use from your credits. And then, it offsets, and then you see.
One more questions real quick, Moby.
Yeah. So you're saying getting ahead of yourself. If you wanted a solar farm in your community, get the grant, get a solar farm, have people contribute to it, and you're saying they'll have absolutely free electricity from there, or do they have to pay something for maintenance?
You're talking about the residents or the investors?
A community solar grid.
So you're talking about community solar, not residential solar, not for your personal home.
Right.
That's like an investment.
That's what I'm saying, getting ahead of yourself. Right.
Right. So that's like, a group of investors come, they create this solar farm, right? And then they sell it to the community. Because to get that government incentives, it says that they have to pass on those savings, those incentives to the community to qualify for it. Now, in the verbiage, it doesn't say exactly. Like, okay, for example, this apartment complex, right? There's a solar deal that I was looking at, and the apartment complex got solar for their buildings, for the buildings and the residents and everything. So to pass on those savings that they were going to get, like 70% from the government and everything, it was like they were basically going to get this solar system for free. They had to show that the residents, the apartments were benefiting from that stuff. So they were talking about, okay, what should we do? Should we, take off $50 off their rent? Should we just tell them no electricity bill? Should we so it could just be like, you just have to show that it doesn't specify anything. You can just tell them, oh, we gave them, 1 month free or free parking or something. Or, something that you passed on. They benefited from the incentives. In the case of the solar farm, they just they tell the residents that it's free. They just have them sign the paper. Like, the residents are not exactly getting solar directly in their house. They're using the energy just regular, just nothing changed for them. But just them saying, we're signing up for community solar and we're getting our power from here, it shows that the investors are providing these people with solar power, and then that's how the money rolls in.
So that's how it would work. Say for instance, we had 5 blocks of residential solar. Okay.
Right.
And on that grid, you had everybody in those 5 blocks signed up. So they're getting basically you sell that electricity to the grid and then show the benefit for the 5 block radius. Oh, okay.
So you have 5 plots and you want to build a solar farm.
Mhm.
You get a group of your friends, you guys put money together and you build a solar farm. All you gotta do is just build that solar farm and connect that to the grid in some city, your community.
Right.
And this is a community you're going to be providing for.
Cutting out a NIPSCO grid.
You just connect that and that's it. And now it's all paperwork as far as
Yeah.
letting the community to sign up that they're going solar, putting your paperwork together, showing it to the government, like, look, this community now has community solar, and we're over here and we're, providing them with this and such. And
And that's a benefit for the community, man. You have people trying to get up in that bad boy, trying to get off another NIPSCO.
Exactly.
So, Faith, what's the as we get ready to close, the big picture? What is it that we need to do for ourselves in order to sustain this solar energy, or even if we want to get it? Okay, how can you sell me this? How can you make it, drive the point home?
Okay, to drive the point home, I need to show it to you. I need to, because like I said, not everybody can go solar. Not everybody can qualify. Not every home can qualify. So to basically, the next step is to see individually if you can benefit from this, right? What state are you in? What benefits are your state offering? Everybody gets a 30% tax credit because it's a federal tax credit. But what state are you in? What incentives are your state offering, right? How much electricity are you using? And then we just drop a quote, show you, okay, this is how much it'll cost to, for your system. This is how much you're going to be getting back from the government. This is how much your solar payment is going to be every month. And this is how much your current electricity is every month.
There you go.
So you're paying $250 right now. Your solar payments is going to be $130, and you're going to get back X amount from the government. You're going to get back X amount in federal tax credit. You're going to get X amount in all of this, and then we show it to you. Have you heard enough to make a decision?
So fiscally, it just makes sense. Hey, man, we want to thank you for coming on, man. And actually, we're going to invite you to come back again, okay, to further increase our knowledge of or our not knowing of solar energy and the benefits that it can do for us,
Right. And if anyone wants to find that out, all you got to do is just send me that snapshot of your electric bill, just that page. You don't got to give them the whole thing, just that page. Let me just your usage, your address, so I can go on Google Maps and see your roof orientation, sunlight orientation, and everything. And I can bring you back a quote, bring you back how much I can save you, everything. And actually, the month of October, my company is paying up to 3 years of your solar payments up front.
Oh, hell no.
So you want to get electricity bill for free for the next 3 years, 12 months to 3 years. They pay it up to you for a check at installation.
Yes.
So a lady I know got like $600. At her installation, she got $7,600. So that's like her solar payments for, I think it was.
You got me over here scratching like a crackhead now, man.
Can me and my wife live in your house? And you can come over here to the apartment. Can you do that?
Hey, I want to thank you for coming through, man. Before we go,
okay,
everybody go around. You already know how we do, man. Okay, words of wisdom, man. Give us something.
Me?
Yes, sir.
Man, words of wisdom. Man, take action. Take action. And my word of wisdom right now is going to be on solar right now. Take action, because there's a lot of money in this industry. Even if you your home don't qualify, even if you're not gonna do it for your home, you can talk to people about it and make money on it. Like we offer $1,000 referrals for anybody. Anybody you refer me to somebody, $1,000 straight up referrals. You can make good money if you want to be a seller. If you actually want to learn about this industry, you're independent, so you can keep your job still. You don't have to leave your job and everything. But if you actually want to learn more about the industry, be independent, and actually like close deals yourself, it's really not. It's really easy to become a seller. You just educate yourself. Like at the platform that I work on, the training is immaculate. The mentors are there. All the tools, marketing resources, everything is there. So it's just like a clean plug and play. But in all you do, take action. Don't wait. I'm not one to wait. I don't like. I've started a lot of businesses out here. Like I've sold stuff on eBay. Made a lot of money in the pandemic selling pools. I just did it. I've traded in the stock market. Made like a lot of money in the stock market trading options. Just did it. Turo. I had like multiple cars in Turo because I'm like, wait. I watched a YouTube where someone was talking about how you can buy, multiple cars in 1 month off one inquiry. And I woke up and I bought 3 cars in 3 days and threw them off Turo. And I drove for free for like a year and a half.
That's what's up.
So just in anything, just do it. Like you said, Gray, in the beginning, there's no failures. There are no failures in this life.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Marcella, go ahead.
Okay, we're talking about the solar energy and electricity and things of that nature. And so many things are happening within the climate control and all. So my thing to tell people, don't get ready, be ready, do it now, do what you have to do now so that you're not trying to get ready when it's too late.
Good thought. Zell?
I'm gonna make it quick. Let's not live for today. Let's think about tomorrow. Let's think about the future, which is why we're having this conversation today. So let's just be mindful of that and not be selfish and only think about what our needs are today. Let's think about what our children and grandchildren need.
Absolutely.
Man, it's not if climate change is going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. And we need to be ready. And I think solar is an awesome gateway to get there, to be energy independent. And as this evolves, and it will evolve, batteries get better, solar panels get better, which they are right now. I think it's going to be an awesome deal. I'm definitely interested.
Let's go. Life coach.
Feed the children, save the whales, do for the homeless.
Love it.
Entrepreneurship at its finest. You cannot tell me people cannot get a job. Like,
man,
look at this. I never even thought about solar panels, So you brought some enlightenment, Faith.
Thank you.
Talk to the guy. Entrepreneurship at its finest.
At its finest. Look, there's his website or the
more information about solar if you want to look at it. If you want to get started, there's a info sheet, whatever. In the end, just put it in there and we can talk more.
Most definitely. Man, I just want to say, I was watching Coach Carter. Don't judge me.
I love Coach Carter. What?
I was watching it, man, but there was a quote that one of the guys said. It was, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Think about that, guys, okay? Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. It's that we are powerful beyond measure. Sometimes people think that they're so great that they can't do this, okay? And that's what holds us back, all right? If you know your greatness, explore your greatness. Show your greatness. Man, right now, man, I am doing just put it out there, doing a documentary on some guys, man. They're called the Showtime Posse, STP, all right? These guys have been around for a long time, okay, but they were right on the cusp of success, and things happen, all right? When you guys see this story, man, it's an amazing story, and you're going to see it first here on DopelivenTV Live, at least. And I'm going to try to get some of the guys to come on and talk a little bit about it, too, probably sometime towards the end of the week, all right? But Until then, okay, remember, man, believe in yourselves, man. All right, you know, don't let the fear stop you from doing what you're doing. All right, we got to keep on going, keep on pushing. Gotta keep on pushing. Anyway, Faith, hey man, I appreciate you coming through, man. We invite
Thank
you
you,
back,
Faith.
man.
Thank
You know,
Sir, thank you.
you'll hang out anytime you get ready. All right.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for this platform. I love this. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, man. And everybody, if you didn't get that link, you can go to Faith's Facebook page. He's on LinkedIn. He's probably on everything else too. All right. You know, let's check him out and support this brother, okay? Because as we support him, y'all heard he can support you too. All right.
Definitely.
Let's get it, check. This is Dopeliven TV Live. We'll see you guys. When we gonna see him tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Red Cross.
Peace out.
Bro.